So the divorce centre to us is quite simple. It's a place that people come for to be able to go through the process of divorce or separation, where they can have everything under one roof. They have a team wrapped around them that's bespoke to what it is that they actually need. And we're talking, when I say they, I mean the parents, I mean the children. It's the whole team, the whole system, and maybe wider than that, to help them get through from the beginning to the end with the right professionals to guide them through that, to promote emotional well-being.
Over the last, I would say, year or 18 months, what we've been doing at the practice is to say, what do you need? When you come to a divorce attorney or going through your divorce, what do you need? And I want to say 90% of the people says, I want a cost-effective and quick divorce. Now, that's the need we speak into. By doing a fixed fee, but also on the, not the condition, but also a condition, that they work with us in the model that we've got. On our first session, we set goals. So, why are you here? And what do you want to achieve? And the whole team, including the attorneys, are coming behind this couple to get them to their goal. So now we have this agreement and the parents can go and play around with the contact. Is this working? Is it not working? And while they're doing that, the legal process literally stops. We don't go close to mediation before our family counsellors has worked with the people.
The family consultants are kind of in the middle. They are there to do 80% of the work. They are working across so many different areas, and every family is different. But I can just say let's talk about how we're going to tell the children. Let's talk about what we're going to tell the children. Let's talk about what co-parenting looks like. What are our ideas about how we're now going to communicate? And it's working through all of the emotions within that to help get them to a space where they can do the best job of being co-parents. So that essentially they can make good decisions and we can work through this process rather than being stuck in it for 3 to 5 years.
They're busy with that. We've got financial neutrals that gathers the financial information. So firstly, you don't work at an attorney's fee of 3,000 Rand an hour, or a junior attorney of the big bulldogs that's 2,500 Rand an hour, or even their candidate attorneys at 1,700 Rand an hour. It's scary what these people charge. So we get experts, and not just experts, but financial people who can do the gathering of the information. And then we start collating it. But we don't work with the clients until they're ready.
Gold and the platinum. Now, we don't work on an hourly fee, we work on a flat fee. So we're not talking hours, but what we are talking about is obviously as we go down, the price for each one becomes more expensive, and they do get more resources, more people, and more time for what they choose. Now, when they come in for the assessment, it's our role to really help set clients up for the right plan that we think would be good for them. And we've got to work with that and make some calls, and we've got to do as best a job as we can. And within that, the professionals that they will be working with, we will be assigning to the case would be the attorneys, the family consultants, the mediators, and finance consultants. So our aim is that we have quite a few different people in these different categories so that we can really make a bit of a judgment in terms of personality or gender or the type of person that would fit for them. We know in therapy, 30% of the success of therapy is having the right therapist, having that right relationship that gets created. So we've got to do a bit of work here, hoping that we can get that, do well in choosing the right relationships.
So what we also have access to and what we're working towards is, for example, on a family consultants, is not just have therapists that works with the parents, but have a child therapist or a child independent that can work with the child, especially if the child is in crisis. And that child therapist, that's the safe space for the child. And then they come back to the table, the round table, the collaborative table, and say, these are the issues, sort it out, and they leave. There's an open channel of communication and transparency where the whole team are working together for the success and for the clients to reach the goal, which is mostly sustainable post-divorce agreements and co-parenting arrangements. So it's not just, we're not focusing just on the parents. It's the whole holistic picture we look at. And you know, many a time I've had it where a person, one of the couple, is more sad about losing the in-laws than losing their own friends. So when that's on the table, we can work with that and say, come on, it doesn't have to be that way. But if they're locked into that other process, it's impossibility because there needs to be a choice. Here, it doesn't have to be a choice. And we believe the more people love the children, the better for the child. And also when there's step-parents involved, that's also where we can step in and say, how about this, how about that? And get the step-parents to start working together. Then I think that the children will land on their feet. Mediation, it's a collaborative process. We can finish that between 3 and 6 months, which is a far cry from 3 to 5 years. So that's why we're passionate about what we do.